Welcome to the Eat, Slay, Live podcast.
And we are the Loxecutioners. We're going to be eating lightning and talking thunder and power bombing you right in the ear holes today.
Show 49, brother.
Show for almost to 50.
One away from 50, which I think is kind of a nice little benchmark to get to.
It's big to us.
I heard the other day that I think this is correct. 75% of podcasts don't get past show number 9.
Yeah.
That Gary V that we both follow and he throws out some good stuff. I saw the other day where he didn't drop numbers, but he was yelling into the video that all podcasts and content for 2022 has dropped off the cliff. You know, I mean, I know it probably skyrocketed over COVID. People were home and things like that. They started researching, getting into things, but he was just screaming into the mic about it dropping off so much.
Let them drop.
Getting to number 50 is a milestone.
Let them drop. We're going to do kind of a special show too, right?
Yep. Next Wednesday we'll do a
little special show. Yeah, we got some things. We'll post it on social media, but we got some questions and things we want to throw out there to people. So,
yep. Our guest that we have today, I don't know a lot about him, but I know he's a busy man. So, our little pre-talk, we're going to keep it quick today. I'm going to ask you about.
Now, if you ask me about something, you know we're not keeping it quick.
That's why I'm getting right to this. So, progress on Kindly Savage.
Man, it's going great. I put that video out there with my boy, the Beast Man, Justin Bonner. I put that video out there, and man, we've had so many people like want to get involved, want to sponsor, be a volunteer. How can they help? Different things like that. So, yeah, it's been the reception for that's been amazing. I cannot wait. I'm so excited about it.
You're great with words and coming up with names and descriptions of things. Kindly Savage is your number one.
Is it?
Of all time.
You know what? And here's where I came. Justin Bonner that comes here and does the workouts. My assistant coach. He has Down syndrome. He comes here and he does circuit 2 to 3 times a week. Do you know what I'm saying? And he stands up there with me at the board. Mm-hmm. And as people come up there, you know how I am. I'm ripping them. I'm giving them hell and blah 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 blah. And he will not do it. He'll tell me to stop yelling. Or he says I'm good cop, he's bad cop, and I'll tell him hey, go over there and tell those people to shut up. He will not say a negative. He's just too kind. So it's kind of
that's where
he comes in, he does the workout, he's like a savage. That's why we call him the Beast Man. Yeah. And then Kindly Savage just went together. So
I wouldn't have put that as why you came up with the name, but makes sense. That's awesome.
Now our guest, this might be the first time we've had a guest that neither one of us have ever met before, right? We've had guests on that you haven't met, that I haven't really met.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
But this is the first time, someone just said, Melissa Dublo, who works for our guests today, she sent me a message hey, I think you and this guy would be friends. Which she's friend matchmaking or something. And then I looked him up and saw all the things he's doing. I'm like, you know what? Let's just get him on the podcast.
And I've seen before meeting him, I've seen his videos and stuff, and that she said that, that relates.
Yeah, so
I can see that.
We got a new friend, Ross, new bestie. Our guest today, his name is Thomas Harrell. Am I saying Harrell right? Am I saying that right? All right, Thomas Harrell. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
It was great meeting you. Seriously, first time you walked through the door, first time we met. So that was kind of like I said, that's something new for us, and we enjoy it. So, welcome to the Eat, Slay, Live podcast. What we're going to do today is we're going to have a conversation. Three dudes having a conversation about you until I try to jump in and make it about me, and Ross gets me back, brings it back on course. So, Thomas, we'll just start. We're going to start right from the beginning, brother. Where were you born? Where were you raised?
Okay. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, at Barnes Hospital. I was raised in Lebanon, Illinois. Then we moved to East St. Louis for a few years till I was 12. Then we moved to Greenville, Illinois, which was a culture shock, but it was the laying of a platform for me. Hard work, Greenville, country town, farming, baling hay in the summers. Making sure you have a job, to make sure you have a car at 16. There's no public transportation. So those things kind of just contributed to built me to who I am today.
What do your parents do?
My dad, he's a retired railroad engineer.
Okay.
Yep. My mom, she worked in the medical field
Mm-hmm.
because she never had to really work. So she finally started working once me and my sister were old enough to fend for ourselves.
What did your dad do for the railroad? I'm sorry.
He was an engineer.
Engineer?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Now, when you say engineer, I'm not that right. Do you mean driving the trains or like some sort of like a mechanical, like driving the trains?
Driving, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Was that the reason for the move to Greenville?
No. So my dad, he's 88 now.
Mm-hmm.
He was retired when I was born.
Really?
Yeah,
How old are you? I'm sorry.
I'm 42.
Okay.
He's 88. My mom's 20 years younger than him, so he did well. Right?
So he was retired when you were born.
Yes.
So he's like, we're gonna move to the country. Is that kind of where?
Yep.
What you did?
Yep. Because things were getting kind of rough in East St. Louis. So yeah, it was time to get out, and it was the best move we could have ever made.
Yeah. How old was he when he retired?
40 something. You only got to put in 20.
Yeah.
20 something there. So he was in his late 40s, and I think he was 47 when he had me. So yeah.
If we were smart, we could easily do the math on that,
Easily.
Ross. But math is hard.
I'm not even over here trying.
No, I'm not either. So, as a young man, what did you do? Were you in trouble? Were you a good kid? You study hard? You work hard?
I seed my way through things. I was a C student. I was never an A student. I could have been an A student if I wanted to be, but
Right.
I was an athlete, played basketball, and I just seed my way through everything.
Now you played. Is it Greenville High School?
I went to Mulberry Grove, actually.
Ah,
Yep.
Mulberry. Grove.
6 minutes outside.
Ross and I both went to Eastern. Ross went there a couple times. But we'd pass through and you'd see the signs for Mulberry Grove. Is that right? Am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So went to Mulberry Grove High School. What sport you played? Basketball? Anything else?
That's it.
Just basketball?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a sister. She's 2 years older than me, and she's in Chicago.
Gotcha.
She's a director over a library.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So what was our path out of high school? And did you get in trouble in high school, or was good kid?
Pretty decent kid. I mean, getting fights, getting tussles, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if my son turns out to be the way I was in high school, I'll be very happy.
Be okay with it?
Yeah, I'd be definitely okay with it. Yeah.
Ross,
Some things I'm gonna have to tweak with my son. I think with
yeah, I was gonna say, Ross, would you be happy if your kid was like you in high school?
yes,
Yes.
there's some things I'd like to tweak. Maybe a little more respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But
And you good with
But
the cockiness? You good with the cockiness?
yes, you need it.
You
need it.
good with him being as cocky as you were? You
Man,
get that?
I think in those teenage years in high school, man, people can bring you down. You got to be confident in yourself.
All right. Okay, bud. So what was our path out of high school?
Out of high school, went to Kaskaskia College, took the automotive program, became a mechanic. Tried that for about 6 months, and
6 months, huh?
yep, not happening. Nope.
Yeah.
This for a living, cool. I mean, it was a decent living, but I ended up coming back to school in 2000 to SIUE for the criminal justice program. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What did we do with that? Were your plans to be a police officer?
I wanted to be a state trooper, but I ended up getting picked up by DOL, which is the Department of Labor, so it was a federal position, and I was able to be a counselor, and I held that job for the next 12 years.
Accounts? Okay.
Yep.
So tell me about like who are you counseling? Who is?
Oh, okay. So I was over Region 5 for the Job Corps program, and I brought kids into the program, tracked them through the program, and once they graduated, I placed them with employment based upon what career field they went into.
So the Department of Labor, like with the government.
Yes.
Okay, and so people would come there wanting jobs, or how would you?
Well, the kids, we would recruit them out of high school. So this was a program for 16 to 24-year-olds. And we took kids that were not having the best time in high school, or kids that were out of high school and didn't know what they wanted to do with life, taught them a trade. And if they needed a high school diploma, we would help them get that, or their GED, whichever one they tested out to have. And once they get done with our program 2 years later, I then place that same person with a job that matches their career field that they chose.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I've never heard of that. What was Area 5? What area did that go?
Region 5 was
Region 5.
Illinois, Missouri, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, Kentucky, Yeah, I was over all that.
I thought he was going to drop some towns and some cities.
No, I
Not
mean, same here. I thought it was gonna be town saying, but states.
the area.
Did they send them to you, or did you travel to them, or?
I was 25 years old, traveling.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
Yes.
Nice. How long would you spend in like each area?
Just depends on what was needed. 3 days at a time, stuff like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so you did that 12 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet you sell a lot, right? And so just yeah.
And the experience of just helping people and seeing what the trends were with people, how people's work ethics were, those type of things kind of helped me to start gathering my own data in my own mind. And in the process of that, I went and got 2 master's degrees, one in professional counseling, one in school counseling.
And did we stay with the Department of Labor? So you were there 12 years?
Yes.
And then what'd you do? Did you stay in the counseling field or?
Yes. So I became a school counselor following that, but that was more of an intentional move than anything else because I needed my summers off in order to start building my entrepreneur activity. So
these 12 years, your mind started collecting
You knew.
database. You knew you were at one point.
intentionally, everything became intentional. Every move became intentional, and I gave myself a plan and just try to execute everything I set my mind to. So
Did working with the other businesses and trying to place these people in jobs, and you happen to, I'm guessing, contact the owners or the management, did that give you a good insight and learning?
Absolutely.
Different businesses as well?
Absolutely. And like I said, you learn in HR, you learn in hiring, data, those type of things while you're at work making money. So I was like, okay, I'm learning stuff. I'm going to download all this stuff, and I'm going to use it. Plain and simple.
Love people like that.
That is
in a situation, and you start learning all, not just your job, but you start seeing and learning from all the other
Every facet of it. I started downloading anything anybody did. And I'm just like, oh, I'm going to use this one day. I don't know how.
And you probably see these companies like, oh, the way they're doing things is horrible, blah blah blah. And that's just, I would do it differently, blah blah blah. You know, some other company like, wow, I like how they're doing this. I'm going to take something from them. So probably all of them are just learning experiences, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
I love how then, like, you know what? I'm get a job where I get the summers off, and then I can start building my empire there.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't have that type. How old man were you at that time? So 12 years you were in that, and then
34.
Gotcha.
34.
I didn't have that type of just, I don't know, insight to think about things like that. I wish I did.
Yeah.
You know, late bloomer.
Where'd you? I'm guessing in this. You said summers off. So which school did you go to?
I went to Lindenwood to get my master's degrees, but I worked in the Hazelwood School District.
Okay.
I was at Hazelwood North Middle, and eventually I got my own program at the Opportunity Center where I dealt with all the kids who were on suspension or on the verge of being suspended. So we wanted to make sure we put a circle around those kids to try to correct some of those behaviors or whatnot.
And not only, obviously, your schooling, 2 masters helps you with that situation. Did your previous job help you?
Absolutely.
I would think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so at that point you have the summers off. Now, when do we kind of go into our entrepreneurship?
2 years before I went into the school district, me and my wife started a home health care in Clayton, Missouri. And we started growing that thing, and it started producing, and we were like, what's going on here? And I was like, the best way to grow this thing is for me to get more time off. So I want to take a pay cut, go into the school district, get my summers off to make more money.
Right.
1 step back, 2 steps forward.
So how does home health, how did that come about? Just saw an opening, saw a need,
A friend of ours got in it, and they started explaining it to us. She started years before. We're like, how did you do that? Wow, this is wonderful. And they were making they were millionaires.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, wow. How much does it cost to get in this thing? And we saw the method, saw how to get in it. We're like, we're doing it. We're doing it. So most of the things that cost money to do to get into this thing, I took it upon myself to do. Like writing the proposal to Medicaid and all those things. I said, no.
Instead of hiring someone to do it, you write it up yourself.
It costs $10,000 to get that written up for you. I was like, I'm going to take 3 months and do it myself. Yeah.
Is that business still alive today?
It's alive, but we kind of got rid of it, I guess. We still have the entity, but we don't have the clients anymore. Last year, we got rid of all that. So,
Gotcha.
Yep.
You picked a great area, Clayton, right?
Yes.
You weren't bringing it into South Roxana. You're bringing it into Clayton. I like that. So let's just keep this journey going. So you start the home health care over the summers. You're doing counseling. When did you finally decide to leave? I'm leaving the schools.
Okay. So I had the home health going every summer in my garage while I was working for the school. I detailed cars as well because that's the talent I have. Buffing, paint correction, all those things. So I got into that.
This was over the summers.
Yep.
You do that.
Home health and detailing. And
Gotcha.
Got to the point where I'm like, I'm making more money than I am at the school.
Right.
But I had a 10-year plan because, you got student loans you want to get paid off and forgiven for and all that good stuff. So I had a plan, a 10-year plan, but things started coming to fruition in 3. I'm like, oh, wow. My 10-year goals are being met in 3 years. So I started looking for an exit strategy. So that was going to be my next business. What is going to pull me off of this clock? I need one more business to pull me off the clock. Then MSNBC. So Amazon's hiring folks to run fleets for them.
But you're watching MSNBC.
Watching the MSNBC.
This comes across TV.
And this comes across the TV in the summer while I'm off work. I'm just sitting there looking at it. They went down the description of they wanted this person to have leadership experience. They wanted them to already have employed people. And I was like, I checked every box. So I'm going to apply for this. So I applied, and the rest was history.
Now, what is that? You're running like kind of logistics sort
Yeah,
of?
you're your own company. They were getting delivery service partners. They could basically come in, start with their own fleet, grow their own fleet, and just have their own delivery company to run packages for Amazon. So you're your own company, but you're just a contractor running their packages for them.
So do you have to get vehicles and things like that?
All of it.
You provide. Yeah. So you're just like, we're going to do this. We're
Start
going to
from scratch. We're going.
Yeah. So what do you buy a vehicle?
You lease them. There's a company you lease them from. They already have them outfitted for you. So we leased the vehicles. Started at 5. It was October 28th, 2019 was my first day running with 5 vehicles, and grew to 45. I came in very aggressive. By Christmas, I think I was running 35. Then I tacked on another 10 the following year, right when COVID kicked off, and
Very aggressive.
boom.
So you lease the vehicles. I'm assuming that they are logoed with Amazon,
Yes.
not your company.
Yep.
And I'm assuming you are a company, LLC, corporation of another name, though.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. TD Logistics. Yep.
And seeing a lot of your videos and then being at, which we love, the stretching.
Yes.
Love it. So
Yes.
so if you haven't seen this,
We watched it together.
he has a video out where his would they say those are your employees?
Yes.
So he's going through like it's practice to start their day.
And they're in a big warehouse,
Big
and they're all wearing
warehouse.
some of the Amazon like vests or whatever.
circled up, and they're doing a stretching routine to get prepared.
Yes.
I love it.
Camaraderie. It's an icebreaker. All the above. Counseling hat goes on. Use it in employment. It works.
Team building,
Yes.
camaraderie.
Absolutely.
You know, they all got this. They all have a mutual hate for you for having to do it.
Yes. Yes.
Ross, so
But
at the brick house.
if you really broke it down, they feel better.
No, they
start
do,
their day.
and they probably laugh about doing it.
And we
It's
have
funny.
stretch ambassadors. We have stretch competitions. We have this person lead the stretches versus this person leading the stretches. Who's going to come up with the best stuff? It's just a lot of stuff I've just pulled out of the counseling realm and just use it in the employer realm.
And where I was going with that was seeing that a lot of your videos are there at the Amazon warehouse or whatnot. Is that your number one job? I mean, is that where you're at most of the time?
No.
Okay.
No. I visit all places. Basically, I have a set schedule that I hit everything every week. So I like to make sure I'm visible and make sure that everybody can put hands or eyes, and I can lay something on my ears if they want to. So I'm able to answer questions, whatever, and I'm reachable.
Are you at the Amazon warehouse how many days a week?
4.
4.
For about an hour,
And
hour and a half.
You guys run 7 days a week?
Yes.
A couple things. So Ross, I have a feeling like the waitresses and busboys and cook, they're all going to be stretching their shifts at the brick house this weekend. I can see it now.
We'll get some kind of a clap going. what Nick Saban used to do. On 3.
There you go.
And now this isn't just about yours, but I guess so at Amazon, when you see all their delivery business and things like that, it's not really them doing it. They're contracting out all the the logistics of the whole thing.
Yes, the delivery service partners it's all owned by individual contractors.
Do they have strict standards and things like that?
Absolutely.
I imagine, because they're amazing at Amazon and the people that work for them, people like you doing it. They're amazing at getting packages.
Absolutely.
You know?
They're leading the industry, and they have strict regimens that we must go by and make sure our teams are up to those standards. Absolutely.
They're leading the industry, and they started the industry really on what they do. You know, there's UPS and all that, but how, you know, everything that Amazon does, they're the leaders of it.
Yes.
And a lot of times, you know, those leaders who start something like that, somebody else comes in and passes them because they missed out on an opportunity that they should have gotten on Amazon.
Oh, not
They're
at all.
not missing out.
Oh,
You-
missing no beat.
You know, remember when we were kids and like anytime you ordered something, it'd be like, okay, it'll be in, like they tell, it'll be in between 6 and 8 weeks. If you ordered something now and it didn't get there for 6 to 8 weeks, if it doesn't get there in 6 to 8 days, you're pissed.
I actually just did this yesterday with Amazon. Give them props, but then I ordered something off Amazon and December 26th, and yesterday I realized I still haven't got this. So I contacted them. Then I went to track my, you know, you don't even think about it. You just think they're so good.
Yeah, right?
It's like, man, where is this? Got on there and it said, hey, your package might have been lost. Contacted them. Boom. They full refund just like that.
Yeah, they're so good about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they've, you know, you get on there and it's like one click purchase, boom, bang, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like I purchased a book and it was there like in a few hours that night.
Not to talk about Amazon too much, I guess, but if you would have said, like, brought that idea up to us when we were kids, we're like, wow, that is the future.
Space age. Right?
Yeah, that is back to the future shit right there.
Now you've heard, I heard rumors that they were going to start using drones to do that. So, but who knows, right?
Probably a rumor.
Probably just a rumor, but it'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it, Russ? And creepy. So we get out of the counseling. We got home health care rolling. So home health care and Amazon thing that overlapped, right?
Yes.
We got both those businesses going on.
Both of them going.
First of all, does your wife think you're crazy, or is she just a baller like you and just like, let's go?
I was a psychopath to her. Yes.
Yeah.
She's probably questioning her
Right.
her decision to say yes. You know. So,
Yeah.
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 I think my wife's been there a time or two.
Yes.
That's awesome. So we got the home health care, we got Amazon. What are we doing next? Where are we?
Well, since getting in with Amazon, learning.
And did you keep the detailing business going?
Yes.
You just get employees to come and start.
So the very next business was the detailing business. I launched it
Instead of just being in your garage, you just being a one-man show, doing it. You're like, hey, I'm good at this. I know how to do this. I'm gonna turn that into a business.
And we had guys working for me at Amazon who knew how to detail, who said they weren't never given a chance. So we wanted to give those guys a chance too to actually run something. So we went and got a shop here in Collinsville, 771 Spring Street, Winner's Choice Detailing. Huge shop, outfitted it, got people rolling.
And that's still rolling. That's rolling
Still
as
rolling
we
right
speak.
now. Business number 3.
You know, here, and I are you so like like with your people that work, are you so like on them about clean, like how well their standards are of cleaning?
We train. We definitely train to make sure that things are up to standard, that people that the best product is coming out of that shop as possible. If you look at our ratings, like they're pretty good.
Our mother cleaned houses when we were a kid for a living, and like so that just like when we had to clean if your mom's a house cleaner, you're a house cleaner.
Yes.
And so we either we were helping her when she was cleaning a house, or just we had chores every day cleaning her, and like her standards and just
Come home from school.
and there'd be a list, and so you know, she was a good cleaner, so therefore she was all over us, white glove testing. So I imagine that's how you started out as a great detailer. So the people you bring in, they have to live up to what your expectations, which probably isn't easy, right?
Not easy, not at all.
But there's people that just love cleaning cars, isn't
Yes,
there?
there are.
It doesn't even have to be their own. They just love cleaning cars. It's just it's a weird little, I don't want to call it a fetish, but something, you know what I'm saying? Something that's wired in that people just love doing that.
Therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
I wish it was therapeutic to me.
brother.
I had someone look in my window the other day or yesterday and say, "Man, you need to clean this thing."
If it wasn't for my oldest daughter, my car would probably be a disaster. But she stays on me.
Yeah.
She has to ride
She
in the
doesn't
back.
Makes sense.
Gotcha. Got it. So where else we going? What else? What do we got? What do we go? What's you got
Let
something
me
else?
get this. So we're health home care.
Yep.
Is where we start. Then you start detailing as well.
Yep.
And then the Amazon hits.
Yep.
And from Amazon, our next venture is
FedEx.
FedEx.
Yep.
That seems like a conflict of interest.
Yeah. Let's explain that.
Well, my brainchild behind it was Amazon's #1. Why wouldn't I join forces with #2 as well?
And take what you learned with #1 and bring it to #2.
And be excellent in #2 as well. So one of my buddies, I grabbed him and we had a conversation. And we were like, "Hey, you want to go in this with me?" He was like, "Sure, let's go."
So is it basically the same business that you have with Amazon, you now have with FedEx as well?
Same. I went and bought 63033. That zip code. That's our zip code. That's what we
So hold
service.
on. So you went and say that one. You went and bought what?
63033.
You bought the zip code.
Yes, for FedEx purposes. Yeah,
So you're the only FedEx
In that zip code.
in that zip code.
zip code.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. So did FedEx kind of just start doing, because they used to just have employees, right? Just like UPS, and they're just in their trucks, or they start copying Amazon?
The express side was FedEx, but it's always been contractors.
Okay.
Same. It's always been the same. Yep. So when you look at a FedEx truck, you'll see right below the driver where he steps out at, it's going to say contracted by. On ours, it's TDT Logistics out of Greenville, Illinois. But most FedEx trucks, the bread trucks that you see out, the big ones, they're going to say what contractor runs it.
Really?
Yep.
Do some people just have one truck and their own truck, and that's what they do, or is it mostly someone like you who just has a fleet and kind of runs a fleet of trucks?
It's by zip code. So if you got a zip code, you're going to need several.
Oh, okay. So that's the only way they do it. You're not splitting up a zip code. Someone takes
No,
the whole-
it's not like one guy in one truck. I'm handling this. No, it's contractors. However many trucks you need for that zip code, you go by and you bring in a team and you run and you execute.
So do you? How many trucks do you have for FedEx?
17.
17, and still 45 for Amazon.
Yep.
And do you lease the trucks for FedEx as well, or do you buy them?
Buy 'em.
So
bought
now is it FedEx logoed or is it your logo?
FedEx logo.
Okay.
Yep.
Where do you keep those?
At FedEx.
They let you keep them there. Okay.
Absolutely. Same with Amazon. You keep them there on site.
That's convenient.
So how many in that zip? I can't remember the zip code 633-90210. But so how many people live in that zip code approximately?
I would say 30,000 maybe.
30,000.
We're moving about 1,000 stops a day.
You're moving about 1,000 stops a day
Yep.
in that.
Yep. 1,000 stops, about 1,600 packages a day.
Is that how they project how many trucks you got to have
Yep.
out the population?
Absolutely. Yep.
We're learning today.
We are learning today.
I'm a little speechless at this. I kind of would have thought that because seeing your videos, I was interested. I would have just thought all this was owned and operated by Amazon.
Nope.
I didn't know it was
Yep.
contracted out
Yep.
like this.
Yeah, I was curious when I saw him on Amazon. I was like, well, how do you? What do you? Yeah, I was curious about that
It
too.
was obvious that you were an owner of some kind of business in Amazon, but I couldn't. It's interesting.
All right, what else you got for us, Thomas? I don't know how else to transition into it, but then we got the Amazon, we got FedEx, we got home health care, we got the car detailing, and then what do we venture off to next?
Did we skip car detailing? Because did we skim over that too fast? Because it seems like that's a pretty big business for you.
Yes.
You wouldn't got a place in Collinsville.
Yes.
Do we need to give that some more attention?
Not
No?
necessarily. I mean,
How many employees do you have at the detailing?
Five right now. Yep. We'll expand every summer, but in the winter you got to squeeze it on in. But anytime the guys get to the slow point, I got other jobs for them. So we try to spread people out, just keep everybody in the family.
Like, hey, we don't have any cars, and we have to come deliver some packages today.
Maybe. Right. So we just try to take care of
Can they
everybody.
be interchangeable like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe you get in a really busy season of Amazon, and you have a driver and maybe a runner or something, huh? I don't know. I'm just making things up, Ross.
Depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, depends. But I usually don't have runners. The drivers are pretty good. Our team's pretty good at taking care of their own van and own trucks and running their routes. So, yeah.
How often are you at the detailing?
About twice a week. Yep.
You got someone running it for you or some
Absolutely.
manager
Yep.
there.
Aaron, his name's Aaron. We
Yeah.
call him AA Ron, and he is the man.
Yeah.
He is the man. He has another guy named Tyler there too as well. They both run the show, and they're killing it over there.
Can I ask how many vehicles you have a week?
A week, a busy week. Let's probably say 15, 20. Because we're more of a luxury detailing shop. We're not just hammering stuff out. We're taking care of custom jobs, those type of things. So we got the guys taking care of cars deeply, deeply. This is detailing. This isn't just the word detailing being used just for cleaning a car. We actually are putting in the work for it. So
Most of your clients aren't bringing in like a 2001 Nissan Altima.
They will. But if they wanted to.
But you have a reputation sort of in the luxury vehicle business.
Absolutely. And we have regular vehicles as well. Like the Ultimate will come in there, but they understand given the price is given, it's going to look a lot different when you get it back. We're going to hold on to it. So the guys actually have time to work on it. Instead of just trying to rush it out in an hour, they got 3 hours to work on that vehicle. So yeah, we keep things good and spaced out, but our prices reflect so if the business can run itself, everybody's paid, and we're good.
2 to 3 cars a day would be busy.
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
Yep. We've had days where we've got 6 out,
Wow.
just depending on how many people we have on the schedule that day.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
So FedEx is our last job that we talked about.
Yep.
Then, where's the next venture after FedEx?
All right, I teamed up with another one of my buddies because I like to do partnerships.
Now these guys you partner up now, are these high school friends, college friends, guys guys you've just met in different businesses and industries? Where
just people I've met throughout life, and they had work ethic. They had work ethic, and I've always asked, hey, do you want in? I've asked a lot of people, do you want in? If they want in, they're in. I've asked people if they want in, they say no.
I want in, Tom.
I was about to say, get off me, Ross. I was like, man, I hope he calls me later this week. Hey, Todd, you want in? I'm in.
What are we doing? So
You gotta have me cleaning houses.
So then I grabbed one of my other buddies, and we went into box trucking. And we started running those for John Deere. We got up to 12 of them.
Well, okay, you're gonna have to explain this stuff.
I got a box truck.
Box trucking. Ross running box trucks.
26-foot box trucks with a lift gate on the back. We were running John Deere parts overnight. So we started. I have access to drivers already. I have drivers who want to do something more and something better. So you already have a pipeline. So it made sense.
So you're just doing this for just specifically John Deere.
Well, middle contractor, Lanter. Yep, in Madison, Illinois. So yeah,
And just running parts.
running parts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that to customers or is that to
Dealerships.
dealerships?
Yep. So
Okay.
drivers went out. They had 6, 7 stops a night. They usually get out of there around 11:30 p.m., midnight, and they're back home by 8 a.m., 9 a.m. at the latest. And that's it. 5 days a week, weekends off.
And it's all kind of like a lot of the stuff is sort of the same sort of like umbrella. Like it's delivery.
Yes.
You've mastered the delivery. It's like I can deliver anything.
Right.
I'm delivering babies next week. All right, where are we going after that?
From there, me and my wife, we teamed up with my partner with FedEx, and we went and bought 4 Eskimo Hut franchises, which are frozen daiquiris to go.
Now is this in Edwardsville?
That's the
I've
first
heard of
one.
this. Yeah.
That's the first one, and we're going to have 3 more here in the area. We're looking at quite a few different places, but those announcements will come out soon.
Tell us what's the Eskimo? It's the daiquiris to go.
Yes.
And what's that?
Just frozen daiquiris for alcoholic beverages, of course. We do have the virgin version of it, and we have over, I think, 40 different flavors. And you come in, you get your daiquiri, you take it on out, keep it rolling.
No inside seating.
Yes, actually, this location will have inside seating and patio seating as well.
In Edwardsville?
Yeah. So Edwardsville is a different type of place where you want to put a different ambiance. So we're going to make sure we provide that for Edwardsville.
No, this is a franchise?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And maybe I'd seen a picture of you on Facebook where some kind of construction was going on or about to start. You guys were all there at the conference, maybe had your hard hat on.
Yeah, that was a groundbreaking ceremony.
Is that where this is going?
Yes.
Gotcha.
On Trace, but Trace on the park.
Trace Park. Yeah.
And so you already have an agreement to lease one of their places.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
That parkway on the Trace on the park, whatever it's called. That's we were talking about that the other day. It's just a genius idea.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me. There's a girl that is I don't know exactly her title there. She's a some sort of managing something there, and I always see her pictures and things like that. I was like, God, I want to live there. You know what I'm saying? Like they do fun activities and things like that. They have a pool. They'll have like disco night. I'm just making that up. They'll have disco night or something like that, and then they'll walk down to Drunken Fish or whatever, one of those places there, and like it just seems like a fun place to live.
Yeah.
Lauren Davis, have you met Lauren Davis there?
I'm a face guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Names, oh God, I'm pretty rough with them.
Well, you have a lot of faces and names in front of you. So that's coming soon.
Yes.
The Eskimo Hut is coming soon.
And you purchased 4 of them? Is that?
Yes.
4 of them.
Yep.
And then so other locations will be
announced soon. Yeah, we're
He hasn't
flirting with a
announced
lot.
those yet,
We're
Ross.
flirting with a lot of places right now and just trying to find the best fit. Once we find those fits, we'll just put out the list and we'll go from there.
Where are Eskimo huts at now currently?
They're in Texas, Oklahoma, and Idaho.
Okay.
Yep.
Doing pretty well.
They're doing pretty well. They're doing great.
How did you discover those?
We wanted daiquiris. We were walking out of another business of ours on Trace Summer Parkway, which is Essential Venue. It is a micro event space for like weddings, small weddings, retirement parties, birthday parties, those things. We were walking out of there, and the conversation happened like, this place needs slushies. Slushies. We need slushies.
I walk out of places all the time. Man, this place needs a slushie. That's awesome.
It needs a slushie. So
Yeah.
The research then started.
the research started that day. We had people on the phone by the end of the week, and we started going touring and tasting.
A mover and a shaker.
Yeah. So we I feel like we just kind of skipped over the little micro venue at Trace. But
Yes.
what is that? What is you just have a little vent space there? And
Yeah, about 1,200 feet. It 1,200 square. It fits in a cocktail hour type setting. You can get 80 people in there, sit down dinner style, about 60. But it works because post-COVID, people are starting to shrink up their events. People aren't spending money on big things anymore. Some people want to keep stuff more, smaller, when it's more affordable, those things. But some people still want the big stuff, but you want something in between.
Yeah.
For example, when we do our Christmas parties for our Amazon company, we want to have a Christmas party, but you don't want to spend $5,000 for 40 people. So why not have a spot?
You're talking to I have the same event center.
Okay.
Holds 120.
Okay.
And so where the niche that we saw is exactly what you're explaining.
Okay.
If you're going to have a small wedding, you want a small reception, you don't want to go spend for all the square footage to hold 500 people when you're only going to have 50.
Yes.
So we saw that niche and that's why we went with the smaller venue, because there wasn't many of them.
Right.
And then you can utilize it for so much.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to take credit for it. My wife, she came up with the idea. When she said it, my mouth dropped. And I was like, let's go.
and you kind of built in audience there, built in clients there with the Trace, right?
Foot traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of your
event space? Essential Venue.
central venue?
Yep. It has a big EV on the door, on each side of the door, and way up at the top.
Nice.
Yep.
How long have you had that?
I think we launched that April 1st of this past year, 2022. We've had it since 2021. We started on it, but we launched it April 1st. If I'm not mistaken, March or April 1st. I'm not sure what day, but yeah.
On that subject, you're right. You don't see people having these 500 people wedding receptions anymore, do you?
Not a lot.
I remember going when I was in my 20s, 25, like you go to these and it'd be like 5, 6, 7, like just like a big giant KC hall, like would be filled. With
It's like
people.
how many people can you get to?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It was almost like you had a more successful wedding because you had more people there. What a crazy concept, right?
Spend more, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So Eskimo Hut's going. What's next? What else we got rolling?
So did Eskimo Hut come about before Central Venue?
Essential Venue was first.
Okay, because you're walking out. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
We were walking out of there and just slushies. Let's get some slushies.
So it's going to be very close to the Essential Venue.
Very close.
Yeah.
It's in the same lot, basically.
Gotcha.
Yep. So it'll be there.
Got you.
Good deal. Is there something else?
There's more, Ross. I know at least two more. I know at least two more myself.
I partnered with a friend of mine, and he wanted to expand his Avis and budget car rental. He had a truck rental for budget, but he wanted to go into Avis and budget, and I partnered with him on that in Florissant. So I came in on that one. I'm on my way out of that one now because I don't have the time to keep crossing the bridge. So I'm in the process of getting bought out of that.
So it's more of like in the delivery realm?
Well,
it's
That's car rental.
Car rental.
car rental.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. I like it. Not for me. So
Yeah.
I'm coming out of it. But it's a good opportunity. It's very profitable, but it's just not for me.
Yeah.
So,
And you probably want to be able to get, if you can't give it all the attention it needs. It's
absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. Especially with everything else going, and I have everything pretty close in proximity to where I can hit everything I need to hit.
Right.
Yep.
And I know we got a furniture store. I know we have is a wine bar.
Let's try to keep these in order.
Okay.
I like this.
Yes.
What's our next venture?
Furniture store. Yeah, so I then team with my same buddy,
And the name of the furniture store?
Wall to Wall Home and Commercial Furnishing. And
This is the buddy from what business?
FedEx.
FedEx.
Yep. And Eskimo Hut. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it seemed like I see the pictures on that, and it said, we're not ready to start doing it, but I've told my wife numerous times, when we go to redo our living room and our main level of our house, we're going there. I mean, the pictures that you guys put up on social media, I mean, they're eye popping.
Yeah.
They draw in.
It's different. It's a different experience. It's a total different shopping experience too. It's like we have offer 3 prongs of shopping. You come in the store, you see it. We put stuff on the floor that's like some of our best sellers. If you see it, you buy it. Or you come in the store, you sit on one of our kiosks and shop just the same way I shop my distributors. You can shop the same distributors and pick stuff, and we price it for you, get it delivered, get it out. Or people could do it from home. They go on our website, shop our distributors, text us what they want. We text them back prices. They say we want it, we order it, we get it in, we get it out. Being in logistics has helped us to understand, like, basically we're doing drop shipping, but it's dropping on our floor first, and we get it out the same day. So my prices are different because I don't have to store all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep all this stuff. I can get it straight in here, straight out. So that's how.
Drop that website. I think
All right.
that'll.
www.walltowalledwardsville.com.
Yeah.
I don't know why I know this, but like buying furniture these days is like terrible experience, right? Because people like order stuff and they're not getting it for 6-8 months. Isn't that correct?
Yep, it's happening in some cases, but a lot of cases, if we,
No, I'm not saying
Yep.
saying you. It sounds like you have a different
Approach, yeah.
approach going on than like, I don't want to say a name, but I always hear another one in Edwardsville that gets brought up a lot. That like they order something, I'll be here in a month, and it's been 6, 7, 8 months later, and they still haven't got it.
Yep.
So it sounds like with your logistics background, you're solving that problem.
we're able to make it happen, definitely.
Yeah.
And if we can't make it happen, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
This isn't going to happen. So
And that's the big thing in a lot of businesses. Like, just tell us what you're going to do and do what you're going to do.
Yes.
If you tell me it's going to be 8 months, okay, I'll sit back and wait. But when you say a month and then it's 8 months, that's when the problems occur, right?
yep, you want the decision in your hands.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you're going to wait or not. So
Right.
yep,
I like that.
Yeah.
Decision in
Be
your
up front with me.
Right.
That's all I ask.
that's it.
You know,
That's it. And we're new to the furniture, but we're not new to business. So therefore, we came in and we thought, well, do it differently. Figure it out. Let's figure out something different. How would I want it to work? What would be something that would just make me just come to your store? Let's do it and just make it happen. That's it.
Right. Gotcha. I love that.
And that's really where the connection of getting him in came from.
Right. I
From-
Melissa Dublow, who works there, and yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
And she sent you in there. She's like, she manages the store, and she also is one of our buyers, as well as she outfits homes, and she knows more about furniture than I've ever seen anybody.
I would imagine, knowing Melissa, I would imagine Melissa would have an eye for that stuff.
She does.
She has very good style, and she's also a person that, like, when she's into something or like she puts her heart
She
into
goes
it.
all the way in it.
Like, I see her videos all the time about, just hey, this is what we have in right now. Blah, blah. And it's funny, like, I know that you guys are getting ready to get like you're trying to liquidate a lot of what you have now because you want to get in new inventory. I know that just from seeing her videos.
Absolutely. We're out of here Tuesday, going to furniture market in Vegas, and we're just going to just point out stuff and bring it back. That's it. Get it delivered. So yeah, we're going to restock our floor, see what's new out here, especially with outdoor furniture, and just keep stuff fresh.
Oh, that's awesome.
I dig it. I dig it.
I do too.
What else we got, brother? I know you had a big grand opening. I don't know if it was a grand opening or a big event at another one of your businesses that you haven't mentioned yet.
Oh, yes. Would it happen to be the wine bar?
Ben 51, correct?
On Main Street, yep, in Edwardsville. we got that business from a lifelong friend, not lifelong, but since I've been in Edwardsville, Dr. Osika, he's a dentist, and I've known him since I was 20. He sat at my parents' table at our wedding, and he's been the owner of it. And now this time he wants to move on, so he talked to me, and he was like, hey, if you want to roll with this, you're going to roll with it. And I'm like, I'm rolling with it.
Do you own that? Do you own that building?
Not yet.
Does he own it?
Yes.
So that's in the process of
Yes, in the process.
That real estate there is I would think key.
It is key.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're in the process of finishing that part, but we do own Ben 51 Inc. and all contents right now. So we're going to get in that building.
Is there other things connected to the building, or is it just it? I don't know.
Oh,
Is there other?
The whole main street, everything is attached. Basically, it's one long parcel. Looks like with the little gaps in them. But there are a few.
Is there upstairs?
No upstairs.
No upstairs on Ben 50. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll only own where Ben 51 is. You won't own the businesses connected to it.
No.
Okay.
Just that bar. Yep.
Yeah, I gotcha. So you guys had an event the other night.
Yes. Great.
Yeah. And what was that? Just kind of introducing
And bringing some new flavor to the place. Basically, what we're doing there is we're doing every other Wednesday. We helping people develop their wine palates. Okay, 'cause like I remember when I first jumped into wine a couple of years ago, I didn't know what I liked. So, and I spent a lot of money in the meantime buying stuff that I didn't necessarily like. And I'm like, okay, I spent $44 on this bottle of wine and I hate it, but I'm gonna finish it. Right. So what we're doing is taking tours of different wines. This last event was the Cabernet section of it. 2 weeks from now, 1 week from now, February 8th, we're doing all things bubbly. And then from there, we're gonna lay out an event every other Thursday. We're gonna have teaching. We're gonna teach cocktail classes. We have a bourbon guy that we've teamed up with from Bourbon and Banter, Pops Garrett, and we're going to bring a lot of bourbon activities to the place as well.
bourbon's hot right now, isn't it? People
Bourbon
love
is hot.
bourbon.
I love some bourbon.
Russ, weren't you a bourbon drinker now or something?
Buffalo Trace.
There you go. Yeah.
Look at you. Look at you.
For the longest
So
time,
such an adult.
I couldn't stand whiskey. One of my best friends is a total whiskey drinker. Good thing he lives in Oklahoma, because every time now he comes home or I go there, I mean, we get our whiskey on.
Yeah.
And he's taught me so much about it and how to drink it, and found one that I love.
There you go.
You know, but it's an interesting game there.
It is.
I mean, it's like whiskey to me, because I'm a original Jordan shoe guy.
There you go.
You know, there's people that treat the whiskey game like the Jordan game. You know, they collect them, and you go to his house and he has this unbelievable collection, and it's like, damn, I didn't know. And then he starts talking about that whiskey corner of the world, and I'm like, man, I had no idea it was like that.
Right.
But now, I've got into it a little bit. Now our restaurant has stepped up big time with it, because I was missing the boat.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to get over to Ben 51.
It sounds like it.
This up, I became close to Black Friday Liquidator.
Okay.
The owner over there came close to. I was over there buying something the other day, and he just had a wine tasting party, and he was talking to me about his cellar, and I know nothing about wine. If my wife brings something home, she's like, "Hey, you want a glass? Here it is." Like, that's as far as I go. I didn't even think this much into wine. Like, he has a wine cellar, and it's like, yeah, I bought a 15 bottle of wine, back blah blah blah, and now it's worth $65 because I stuck in my wine cellar over so many years. I'm like, damn. Okay,
Right,
okay, okay. But no, do you guys have a wine cellar there?
No.
No.
We don't have a wine cellar there, but everything's there on the shelf. We got temperature controlled inside, and we're going to get a couple coolers for more of our expensive wines to make sure that those are being treated properly as well. So, yep.
How long has Ben 51 been going?
Wally, he opened that, I would say 10, maybe even 15 years ago. It was at a different location at first, but then he got the property on on Main Street in Edwardsville, and that's where he moved it over there, and it's been there for at least 8 years, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm sure that's a great location, just with the courthouse and just all the attorneys and law offices being around there.
Absolutely, it's a great location. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're putting a patio out back. We're going to bring cigars so they can be smoked out back on the patio. You can't do it inside, of course,
Right.
but yeah.
Good
plans.
How does the parking in the back work there?
Parking.
Yeah.
We have
Is that just public parking, or is that owned by certain buildings, businesses?
certain buildings and businesses own their parking, but once the evening comes and certain businesses are closed, you can park in those spots. So pretty much everything has signs to let you know what's what And you also have the parking along Main Street as well. And we haven't had any troubles thus far. So it works out pretty good.
Have we hit all your businesses, Thomas?
One more.
One more. What do you got?
D&I Transportation.
D&I Transportation, just more into logistics?
Yes.
Yes.
Tractor trailers.
Tractor trailers.
We bought that in December.
So what is it? Tell us about it.
This is the baby. This is the newest.
This is the newest. So we got 2 tractor trailers now, 2 cabs at least. And we got a few drivers there. One just got out of class and we got one just hired on. So we're going to expand that thing. By the end of the year, I'm looking at probably have 20 rigs on the road. So here we go. Another one. Just a lot to learn.
So what are you doing? Like if someone needs something, like you're just a transportation. Someone needs something delivered, or
yeah, we're looking at different companies to contract with, and once we sign on with those companies, we'll run for those. And there's a lot out here. Like transportation is wide open right now, and just learning the tractor trailer game is a task in itself. But I partnered with my box truck guy, and it was my wife's idea. She went forward, and he went forward, and I was like, let's do it then. And yeah, she's a go-getter. She's a go-getter. Even though she thought I was crazy at first. Right?
Now you got her hooked, don't you?
She's hooked.
What are we starting next?
Yeah, let's go. Right?
Do you find it hard with all these business? Like, I mean, are you just like pulled in 1,000 different directions, or do you know?
I have a great management team in every business. Great,
Okay.
great. Like operations director, assistants, all that stuff. They're all in play. So basically, we touch each business once or twice a week. I do a meeting called Hear, Help, and Handle. Anything that you need to hear or I need to hear. How can you help? What do I need help with?
Say it. What do you
Hear,
call it?
help, handle.
Help handle.
Hear, help, handle. Yep. That's where you hear what you need to hear, both parties, me and management. What do we need help with, and what do we need to handle? You answer those questions, you delegate, you find out who's doing what.
Is that your creation?
I heard it from one of my buddies. His name's Dwayne Best. He's a motivational speaker, and he gives me a lot of guidance on some of the things I can use. So Hear, Help, and Handle has worked.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now, like starting out, and I know Ross had a little trouble with this, and I still do, is like sort of letting go. Like say you start this business or whatever, like especially one of the ones when you like when you first started, and then sort of walking away and letting someone else manage it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Have you had any difficulties doing that? Because you've had to do it because you have you can't be at all these places at once.
You just want to make sure you got the right person in there. Once you got the right person in there and they understand your brainchild and they're able to execute it to a level that is, where you would want it done, then you can actually walk away pretty easily. I mean, but I always want to make sure I'm seen. That's why I don't want to get too much going on, but we want to make sure that I'm still reachable, There are companies out here that are so big you will never see the owner, right? But I don't want to be that guy. I mean, that day may be coming. I may have to figure out something different, but for now, this is what's working for me. And until I grow to that other size, then I'll tackle that bridge when it gets here, right?
Yeah.
How much time do you put into fixing, tweaking your operations?
Daily. Every morning, I'm usually up by 4:50, in the gym by 5:15 or 5:30. Don't get me wrong. Some days I don't. Yeah, but for the most part, that's my routine. While I'm on the bike warming up for the first 20 minutes, that's what I'm doing.
I'm obsessed with it. I mean, it takes up so much of my time, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love tweaking operations, seeing, like you said, being inside the business, seeing part of my operations, and it, boom.
Absolutely.
And you can just make that tweak. And
Just
all
a
of
small
sudden-
tweak.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then you see it just flowing even better.
And a lot of times you can't hire anybody to see that.
Absolutely.
You have to be the guiding light for that in most cases. So,
Yeah.
yep.
I like how you came with a notebook.
Yes.
I'm a notebook guy, a manual write down things type of guy. Like, and I have like several different of those. Like one's for my own workouts. One is for like a journaling thing. One is for ID. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of them.
And I keep a very stringent calendar as well. So, as you'll see here, I'm booked. All my reminders go off.
There's stuff all over the place.
I don't miss anything.
Just point it that way just for a second. I don't have to see it, but it's that thing is full.
And I also keep notes. I have notes for notes. I
Now
have
you're
lists.
talking Ross's language.
Here we are. These are all lists. These are to-dos. I click on that. It has a million to-dos. I have FedEx content.
Almost every one of your businesses has its own little file on
all
there.
the way down. So yeah. So
And that's Ross. You're a big note on your phone guy.
all day long, and notes.
and you sleep well because of that.
Oh, absolutely.
If
Yeah,
you
it's totally changed.
I don't have to worry about anything because I know it's taken care of, and I will be reminded by the electronic device, or the electronic device will lead me to what page I need to read at what time, so I don't have to worry about anything. So when I close my eyes, my brain shuts off just like that.
We talked about this last show. This was an easy tweak in my life that I made where before I go to bed, a to-do list, renamed it Conquer List. And it's, I make that list, but throughout the entire day on different brick house, rentals, whatever it is that needs it, I have just like that.
Yep.
And I just notes and live. I get down here today, and I the last 6 months or so, I've been doing setting alarms on my phone for different things that need me to hit just at that time. Todd's like, what the hell?
Like it goes off like 3 times before you got. I'm like, dude, what is going on?
The things I had to check off real quick.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, man, the sleep.
Yeah.
That it being organized in that manner has taken away so much anxiety and stress and allowed me to sleep so much better.
Yes.
Which sleep is to me most important.
7 hours.
Yeah. So that's a 6-7 hour guy. Have to get those. If I don't get them, I feel it.
I make myself get them. If I have to get up and I've only had 5 hours, I'm going to find 2 more hours that day to get some sleep.
Yeah. In the book Own the Day that I just finished.
You're welcome.
Thank you. He talks about that. And there's a chapter on sleep, and there's other I guess tribes back in the day, they wouldn't sleep 8 hours throughout they would sleep, like they would break it down. You get 2 hours here, you get up, you do whatever, 2 hours here, 2 hours, and then before it's said and done, they got their 8 hours.
Right.
But they didn't just worry about getting them all at once.
Yeah. I take a nap every single day. Maybe not on like a Sunday, but every single day throughout the week, I take a nap. I've already taken a nap today. Yeah. So I got up here. I had to be here. I was here at 4:30, ran a class from 5:30 to 6:30, went home, took a nap from about 7 to 7:30, and then came. I always have to get that nap to recharge myself.
That's key. Just keeping it below 45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't make sure it's, if you go too long, then you're hitting
sleep.
that exactly. Then you wake up and you're just pissed off again.
Yep.
But yeah, I get a nap in every single day. But my schedule is, I'm busy really in the morning, running things, and then again in the afternoon. So between them, I like to just reset myself, recharge, and then be ready for the afternoon and night sessions that I run.
There you are.
Yeah, a lot of people would look at a nap as you're lazy.
Yeah.
You gotta get a nap. But that's the opposite, really, when it comes down to the lifestyle, the three of us live and what time you got to get up and as much stuff you got to do. You need that 20, 30 minutes. Then all of a sudden you're up and you're ready to go again.
Yep.
So.
I've had this argument with people before. You can Google this, but like some of the greatest men in history were nap takers, and I don't remember. I used to know. I used to be able to rattle them off just to make myself look better when people would laugh about my naps. But yeah, there's so many dudes in history would take naps throughout the day or whatever.
Yeah, there's a study that talked about in that book about every 30 minutes that you sleep is a point, and you need 5 points a day, or I think he broke it down to 40 points a week or something like that, whatever it was. And so if you only got 5 hours of sleep, so you only got that many points, then throughout the day, you take a 30-minute nap, boom, you get another point.
Nice. I don't remember that in the book.
Yeah.
But.
And at the end of the week, you had to have your 40 points or whatever. So it was a point system. So somebody like me who's kind of competitive, that starts registers a little bit. Now, I'm not going to do that, but it was a good...
You and I have turned everything into some sort of competition and winning and not losing and things like that. Is that how... I see you shaking your head. You're saying kind of the same way?
Same way. My motto is never no. Never no.
Well, apparently it is.
Nothing tells me no.
Yeah.
If I don't get it, I'm not asking correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's driving you? I mean, is it money? Is it you're trying to prove that you can do all this? Are you just enjoy just the sort of chaos, the organized chaos of it all? What drives you, Thomas?
It is a live animal, if you want to think about it from that perspective. In the beginning, with home health care, detail shop, Amazon, I kept going out of fear. I didn't want to go back. So I'm like, okay, if this rug gets yanked, I'm going back. So let me go ahead and secure this thing. Let me go for the next thing. I'm not going to enjoy yet. Let's get something else. I'm not going to enjoy after this venture. I'm not going to enjoy yet. Let's go get something else. So COVID taught us a lot. A lot of things didn't make it. So if something doesn't make it, do I just go back to being a teacher? Maybe, if I have to, right? But for the most part, I'm trying to make those other businesses my insurance policy and not having to go back. So what drove me out in the beginning was fear. Now, after seeing what I could bring to the table for us helping people to graduate and go and do better things and helping people with their mindsets, it's more about people now. It's not even about the money. Middle part was about the money. Like, wow, I'm making some money. But once the money's there, then what? You can only spend so much of it. What are you going to buy? Keep buying shoes, buy a bigger house, buy more cars. Then what? So right now it's more about helping people. And I've keeping that focus has kept us growing and it's kept people up front. So now you have 9 businesses, 10 businesses. Let's just use some flat numbers here. If you have 10 businesses and you're able to pay yourself a $50,000 salary from each business, are you okay?
Absolutely.
You're definitely okay, even though you're the lowest paid person for that business. You're able to take care of your management teams. You're able to take care of your assistant managers. You're able to take care of the bonuses. You're able to take care of the people who shouldn't be making, who wouldn't normally make that type of money. So you're able to take care of those people. And that's key to me. More businesses makes it to where everybody's comfortable, everybody eats.
And you're providing careers for a lot of people. You're providing a lot for a lot of people's families.
And skills to where you can get up out of here. You have to go. Like Amazon, if you work for me with Amazon, you can't drive that truck more than a year and a half. You can't. Get your resume built. When you first meet with me for the first time, I need to know where are you trying to get? How do we get the things you need on your resume on there to get you out of here?
Now, Ross, where is this coming from? His very first job with the Department of Labor, getting people jobs and counseling them and teaching them. And like 12 years of that, like that's what you're doing with your employees basically, aren't you?
Same job.
You're giving them a start. You're placing them. You're giving them work skills, life skills. And you're saying, all right, time to leave the nest and be better.
Find out what it is.
Yeah.
I'll help you get there.
Do you ever allow yourself to celebrate your victories?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of people have troubles with that. I have troubles with that. Me and Todd talk about it often. I always feel like I'm one day away from it all.
Him and I have that
away.
fear.
Yes.
We're always
and
like,
it motivates me though to keep getting better. It does. But because of that, it also it doesn't allow me to be proud of myself and tell myself that sometimes, because of the fear of failure, I guess.
The fear of failure as an entrepreneur is going to be there. You're like, what happens if this rug just yanks from under me? But one thing I am able to identify right now is if you pull the rug from under me right now and strip me clean of everything down to zero, I'll be back in 4 years.
I believe that.
I do believe that, and I've read that more and more as people. The number one thing you should really be doing with all this, because it all could be pulled out from economics to whatever recession, is that you have to build the skills to build yourself back.
Transferable skills, transfer them anywhere across the board. Leadership, working with people, that's a transferable skill that you could take anywhere. Get back on the clock. Scale your life down. I know how to put money aside. I know how to build credit. I know how to do all these things. Why wouldn't I use it and just multiply it since I know how to do it? And 4 years, you're right back. Boom. Maybe in a whole different light. Maybe you're building houses. Who knows? But you'll be back. You'll be back. And for a celebrating, I don't sit back and say, Thomas, you're killing it. I don't ever feel like I'm killing it. But if I buy I'm a car guy. So if I get something new and it's going and it gets to the point where it's producing like it needs to produce, I'm buying something. I'm buying a toy.
And that
is my trophy.
That's your celebration.
Awesome.
That's me.
Like
so that's my celebration. I'm not walking around like, I'm beating my chest like King Kong, because I don't feel that way about myself. I feel like I'm not even at the halfway point of where I should be or could be. I feel like I'm a late bloomer. I feel like, there's all these different things that you feel. We are our own worst enemy. So I buy cars, clothes, shoes, stuff like that. Just, this is for me because I did this. Yeah.
Now, you have 3 young children, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Like, Ross, so this is going to blow your mind. It's kind of like you, though. It's going to. So you have 3 children, are they 6 and under?
Yes. I have a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
That's almost. I'm 6, 4, and 1.
There you go. Yeah.
2 daughters, and then the youngest is a boy.
So you know.
He knows.
You know.
And plans for more?
Nope.
No.
We went from man-to-man defense to zone.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Quick. They say either have 2 kids or 15. 'Cause once the third one comes, you're out of sync. So yeah, I figured we're done. We're done.
Now is your wife it sounds like she's pretty involved in the businesses with you?
More than me.
More than you, really?
She's in. Like she's sharp as a person could possibly get. And to think of the potential that she has and where she's going, because I'm 42, she's 32. 32, who's thinking like this? Who's running stuff like this? Who knows the things that you're learning now at 32? So she's going to be very, very dangerous at 40.
I like that.
There's an aspect of getting into entrepreneurship that when you're younger you don't even think about, and when you go to fall in love or pick your spouse, how important that spouse is. Either way, husband, wife, whatever. If you're an entrepreneur, advice I'd give to a young one is, if you really, really want this, make sure that your spouse, your loved one, wants it too. I can't imagine how many people are out there in this world that because of their spouse, they were held back from chasing that dream.
I was almost there. In several instances when I was dating, searching for my wife, I would meet people. You would hang out, you would get to know them really well, and you start hearing like, okay, in the next 2 years, I want this house, I want that. I'm like, that house is $450. I'm going to take all of my income and your income. We're going to get a house for $450. I got things I got to do. And I want to settle for that house and just have to be locked in and that's paying for this house.
Yeah.
We talked about that all the time. People like they start making a little bit of money and they just go out and just buy this big house and then are married to it, and then you're locked into whatever you're doing.
Never going to be mortgage locked.
Your DTIs all jacked up. You can't get a hold of anything. That's your thing. I settled my life for this house to say I have this house. Mm-hmm. So people can come over 3 times a year and you could serve cheese and wine and smile and chuckle and all that stuff.
Chuckle.
No, that wasn't it. So, I mean, in my dating experiences, I ran into that a lot. So I had to make sure I was clear. And the part that I do understand from the other perspective is, okay, so you're going to be an entrepreneur. So what are you going to do? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But my credit's all ready. My money's ready. Everything's ready. So when I see it, I'm pouncing. But that's hard to tell somebody. You don't know what you're going to do, but you tell them you're going to do something, and you're not going to buy this house because of that. That's hard to hear.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
It is for young people out there, it is very important to have your spouse on the same page.
Same page.
And they should know it early, or you're going to fall apart.
And like you talk about those people you were dating, they don't want that delayed gratification.
Nope.
That's a problem you see. You see with so many young people is they don't. I think I learned like one thing in college, and I had this. I don't know, some business class or something, and an attorney came in and taught it, and what he was talking about had nothing to do with the class, but he gave a whole class one day on delayed gratification. And I feel like it was the thing I learned the most in college was that 1 hour of this attorney talking about delayed gratification.
Absolutely.
You know, too many people, like they get right out of school, they automatically buy that super high priced car, super high priced house, and then you're stuck there.
You're stuck.
Where to work. If you would have done that, you'd have never left, the Department of Labor or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ross would have done that and realized what he did.
Well, I realized what I did
when you bought that.
I corrected that mistake.
That urban assault vehicle Jeep you bought right out of the car.
Hey, I almost punished myself for doing it to learn a lesson. I drove a 1990 Honda Civic that I bought for $800 for 3 years because the light clicked. You know, you just get in those rabbit holes and you start studying. I sold that. Took the money that, put it in the bank, and then every payment and car insurance that I was making to that is now pretty much gone. Honda Civic's $20 a month for insurance.
Right.
I started putting it in. I was a teacher.
Okay.
Put saving until then it started with a few rentals here, a few rentals there, then flipped a couple, and then all of a sudden you're in a position to move on to it. But same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I almost had to punish myself to make me, you just wasted all this money.
Right.
Now I'm going to teach myself a lesson. Now you're driving this car You know,
I could agree. It was hard. My first purchase, it was hard. It was really, really hard to go buy that first
Am
thing.
I ready? Am I ready?
Yeah, me and my wife had a conversation. It was for my 40th birthday. It was 2020, during COVID. I was like, I want to buy this car. It's a Porsche. Porsche. Oh, don't say that the wrong way. Porsche. And she was like, get it. I was like, really? No, I'm not. No. But I ended up flying to Chicago, test driving it, loving it. Told them to ship it, signed off on it, and it came, and that was it. And one thing it does for you is once you get something like that, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not losing this.
yeah. Oh.
The eye of the tiger comes out then. Oh, no. Yeah. So
It probably can go two ways. Eye of the tiger comes. I ain't losing this. I want more. Or another person I can see, I've made it. Relax.
I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah.
How old are you?
39.
39. Okay, I'm 42. I see it. In our age group a lot. You see it. A lot of people are just, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
And I'm nothing wrong with it by any means, but there's some potential there. Soak it up.
I'm at the age where I had to think about my age.
I'm at the age where I thought he was going to ask me, and I'm at the age where I was going to lie, decide if I was going to lie about it or not.
How old are you?
50.
Really?
Yeah.
You look great, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. See, we are going to be friends, Ross. You see that? So I've caught some of your, when Melissa told me about you, I caught some of your grind series, and I think that's where we saw like the stretching at Amazon. So tell us, and you have a shirt. And the gold chain.
Yeah.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about the grind series.
The grind series, I started it before I even knew what I was doing. I started it when I was detailing out of my garage.
What year was that you started grinding?
2019. I started the grind series, maybe even earlier. Just early 2019, I started doing it because I was working hard every day. And I just kept doing it. I didn't even know why. That just goes to tell you, like, when you're manifesting stuff in you to go somewhere, that it just happens, right? And I was able to just video the whole process straight through every day, everything from the beginning of Amazon to everything we've ever done. It's in video.
Oh, really? So I didn't know all that. So I'm gonna have to go back and start it from the beginning.
Yeah, the grind series is there. But I'm showing people, like, okay, people will catch me out and they'll be like, man, dude, you killing it. Man, I love the car. I love, man, the watch, whatever. But there's a lot behind this that a lot of people aren't willing to do it. If you heard what I had to do it, you would just be like, never mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So I put it out there and let people see it. And I do it to help people as well. The most recent thing I worked on with people and put it on the grind series is a life audit. Instead of a New Year's resolution that's going to fail 80% of the times, let's work on a life audit. And I had to slow down the life audit because people wanted me to get it out before New Year's. No, you're not getting it all before New Year's because you got to get out of the mindset of trying to rush it before New Year. Because you're going to rush it before New Year, and here you are, March, you're done with it, you forgot about it and everything. So I'm going to lay another video down possibly today or tomorrow for the last part 9 of 8 or 9, which is going to be free time. What do you do with your free time? The life audit has covered health, finance, personal development, career, relationships, self-care, home life, and next will be free time, and we're going to seal that thing up.
Do you have free time?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're here, so now you got a little bit. Yeah.
Every evening, beginning at 5:30, I'm off.
Really?
Yeah. Well, as of recently, on Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm at Ben 51. That is tonight. Come in, check us out. Ben 51. Shameless plug, right?
No.
What time do you go in?
I'll be there around 6. Usually at Ben 51.
Stay till
11, 12, whatever. Yep. Because my kids go over to grandparents' house and hang out for that day. And their parents, my parents, my kids' grandparents, which are my parents, they live in my old house. I gave it to them. They're 2 miles away from me in Maryville, so we're good.
I may try to stop in tonight.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
I got to work, but
Pick me up.
it'll be after the dinner rush, but this is one of those.
What are you telling me? That's a little late for me.
Well, yes, that's exactly what I was saying without saying. But
Like that.
Roma's and Gino's is closed this week, so it's
Oh, you're slammed up
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
a little different. But yeah, if I can get out of there in time, I think I'm try to stop by.
Yeah, I'm usually there by 6. Latest 7. But it's usually the pre-dinner crowd and then the post-dinner crowd. You got your in-between people. So it's a pretty good place. And like the last 3 weeks, the bar's been crazy. People have been in there. People taking a tour of the building, taking a tour of our flights, all those things. So it's been good.
Good deal. What else? Free time. What do you do free time?
Free time, I'm in the cars.
He's a gym guy.
I'm a gym guy. I lift weights. That's it. Play with the babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Cars, babies.
Some
gym.
mine up besides the cars.
Right. You know, I tried to, and I didn't think about this because I wanted him to try. I thought about it yesterday. It was a late notice. I wanted him to come in and try doing circuit like last night and then come in and talk about it today. I thought that would have been cool, but
Yeah.
I didn't put it out there in time. It was a late idea. So I want you to try that and just get your take on it. I think it would be fun.
I will, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll take you up on the offer. I definitely can check it out and go through the circuit and see if I can hang.
I'm gonna give you some advice with it.
Okay.
When get here a little early
Okay.
and watch Todd. Watch Todd, dude.
You like that little show that goes on.
No, it's a reason. It's who you are, and it's a reason why the place has become what it is. It's a superpower.
Okay.
My wife has a superpower. She can fall asleep as soon as she, as soon as her head hits a pillow. I cannot. It's a superpower. Todd has a superpower of remembering names. And this guy walks in the door, hasn't been here in 2 months, and Todd has something for him to get. It's unbelievable how, I'm gonna say, 150 people may walk through that door, and for every single one, the people that he has met knows their names, and he has some kind of story with them, no matter how many times he's met them.
Wow.
Once, twice, 1,000.
Well, thanks, bud. I appreciate that.
It's remarkable to watch.
I feel the energy.
Yeah.
I feel the
But
energy.
I can't hang a picture on the wall, so I got to be. I got to be able to do something like that. No, I'm interested in you try. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun to kind of to bring that together.
I'll see if I can keep up.
You'll be fine.
We talked about this on our last show. Schedule.
Okay.
You got all this stuff to juggle. Number one, I mean, you've hit it. You have to have great management in place for all this to keep running the way it runs. Operations. The next thing you yourself have to be organized with your time.
Yes.
What do you use and how do you go about doing that? Is there your calendar? Is there a certain calendar you use that you've bought that? Whatever it is, advice you can give to stay organized that way with your time.
Use any method you can, long as you have a method. That's the part. You have to have a method. The plan is to have a plan. That's all. That's all I would tell anybody. However it works for you. Like my wife, she's like, dude, you got an Android still. But it's Android. It works perfectly. You know? I use that calendar. I use my alarm system
And
in
the
there.
calendar you use, is that just the Android calendar?
It's the Android calendar. And it directs me if it says, open your blue notebook right now, and then it's going to tell me like, hey, Thomas.
So you have let's see. And I wanted to touch on that earlier because you said something turn to page. So you sort of have your manual book here, and can we hold your manual book up?
Yes.
Just
which one?
just has a little manual book here.
Yep.
So like this, so the digital form will tell you like, hey, look on page.
It's already bookmarked. It'll tell me, look in there if it can't fit in the calendar, if it's something too long. Or it'll send me to my notes. Thomas, look at your to-do list. So, yeah.
When do you update your calendar? Do you do your calendar on the computer or do you do it on your phone?
Do it on my phone.
Do you do it every night? Do you do it every morning?
I do it instantaneously. When you tell me, if you told me, Thomas, you need to be, we're going to hang out at Ben 51 tonight at 6. I'm going to put it in there right then at 6. And I'm going to put a 2-hour reminder, a 1-hour reminder, a 30-minute reminder, and a 10-minute reminder on it. So I won't miss it. Yep.
That's similar to how I do it. You know, our last guest, Hugh, he's every night. No, maybe it's what he said. Was it every night or was it like one time a week?
He had a scheduled time.
He had a scheduled time every day or every other day where he sat at his computer, which then sent it to his phone. But he had purchased some kind of calendar and knocked it all in. Everything that he's going to be doing throughout the entire week, where he's going to be, that calendar was set.
So I'm just an instantaneous guy because I don't want to drop any balls once my kids get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once they're home, I'm about them.
Yep.
And like I say, me and my wife, we get 3 date nights a week. So we get to go on quick dates, pick the kids up. We're still home by 7:30. So we're still able to play with the kids. But we have our date nights and all that stuff. But instantaneously, as soon as I hear something, I say, hey, Google, blah, 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 12 o'clock, Thursday. It puts it on there for me.
Oh, it just popped up. That's amazing.
So I don't have to worry about dirt. I've learned to trust
Calendar,
myself to
delete
know.
that.
I've learned to trust myself to know I did it.
Yeah.
And I trust myself now. So I know I did it. As soon as you told me, I did it. So, yeah.
So again, you have the operations of your calendar down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is something for people listening that might listen to this to get inspired or motivated, I think. But you, like everything, there's that old saying, if fail to prepare to fail. Or what was that? How it goes?
Close enough.
Yeah. Speaking of failing. But like people who want to eat right, people who want to like save money, like write things down, make a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like meal prep. And we preach this so much here, but if you don't have like a meal plan and a meal prep and make it like, you know, tomorrow this is my meal plan, like you're just going to grab what's ever convenient, you're going to do whatever is wrong, you're not going to do the right thing. And like saving money, write down what you're going to spend, write down what you did spend.
Yes.
And same thing with your time, right? You know, budget out your time. You know, from 6 to 7 a.m., I'm going to work out. From 7 to 8, I'm going to blah, 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 blah. You know, you'll see that you have a lot more time and a lot more everything if you just plan it out. And it doesn't take long.
I don't understand how people can't find time to work out. I don't understand it. I really do not understand
Yes, you can. It's an excuse is what it is. If those people would budget in the time to work out that they spend on scrolling through social media or doing things like that, you'll see where that's what I'm saying. You go through and you make a plan, like, or if you don't want to make a plan tomorrow, go through and like write down everything that you do throughout the day. You'll find time for whatever it is you think you don't have time for.
In my opinion, working out isn't even about working out. It's about mental strength.
100%.
That's what keeps you sharp.
Now you're probably like me and probably like Russ. We all started it because we wanted to be strong and look good and pick up chicks. But now it's obviously we want to look good. But man, I need it for my mental state. If it didn't improve me at all physically for the rest of my life, I would still do it because I have to. I'm a better person. I'm better at my job. Everything is better if I get that workout and get those endorphins kicking. You know,
Absolutely.
And like you always say, you know, you do a hard workout, the rest of the day is easy.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and get your ass kicked to the gym. The rest of the day, whatever. Throw at me what you want.
Let's
you
go.
know?
Yeah.
You work out in the morning.
Yes.
Right.
Early.
Do you have a morning routine? We've hit on this short little video about it earlier this week. We both have morning routines that we're both very proud of, I guess.
we made a 16-minute video about it. Yeah, we're very proud
of
of
your morning routine.
First thing, as soon as my eyes open, when an alarm goes off.
Did you hit snooze?
Sometimes.
Oh,
Todd counts every time that he hits the snooze. I didn't know this till the other day. He counts it as a loss.
because I'm a snoozer. Dude, I can't. I get up at 5 basically every day, and I don't want to. I don't want to get up at 5, and I want to hit the snooze. And I've been doing. I've been getting up at that time for years, and I don't get used to it. And I want what I want to do is I want to hit the snooze 2 or 3 times. So like I told Ross, it's if I hit snooze, I got a loss. I got a loss already that day, and we talked about the competitiveness in us. It's like if I do that, I'm down 1-0. The day is winning, and I don't want to lose. You know,
it gives me a gradual wake up. I have a max of 3.
And now I feel like he's justifying snooze. What was the word you said before that? He called it a gradual wake up.
Yeah, I do. So, all right. So if I need to be out the house, if I need to be up at 5:45, my alarm's set for 5:20. So I got time to hit snooze.
So you're incorporating
it's built in.
Extra sleep.
Maybe extra sleep. Maybe play.
Oh. Okay. All right. This is a family show. I'm just kidding.
I like a gradual wake up. I like it.
This is a gradual wake up. So I hit snooze, boom, boom. I got 3 of them max. I just, okay.
Are they the normal 9 minutes?
The normal 9
snooze?
minutes.
Okay.
So what I used to do when I first started getting up in the morning was just, as soon as it go off, I would just sit up. You know, you have to throw yourself up, and if you don't jump.
Oh, we know. I know.
So now my gradual kind of helps me, you know, so it works.
Okay.
Yep. Build that time in. I like that because you're not okay. I have to be up at 5:45 and then I'm hitting snooze twice.
Right.
I'm building it in. Before.
Take the 18 minutes off of there and just do it. Yep. So I can just say, okay.
Now I think science would tell you that those 2 or 3 9-minute increments is bad sleep. That's what science would tell you.
It's the worst.
You wake up after that 9 minutes like, what the just raging. But I like little gradual wake up is what he's calling it.
And, you have to have a plan. You got to figure out what works for you.
I wish you wouldn't have said this, because now I'm going to probably try to like weasel my way into gradual wake up myself.
Just learn something.
I did, yeah.
I'm scared of it, but the movie Vanilla Sky. He
Is
had
that
a
Tom Cruise?
Yes, he had an alarm clock that started out real quiet, saying, "Wake up."
Yeah.
I want to try that, but I'll probably sleep through everything. But yeah, that's a nice gradual wake up, I think.
Let's get through his morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get up first thing once the alarm goes off. Boom. There's a bottle of water next to me. I take it to the face.
See, Ross, he's way ahead of you on the.
I take it. When I say I gulp it right then and there before I even get out the bed.
Oh, you thought he's dumping it on himself?
I want to.
Yep. I drink it fast as I possibly can. I call it dousing the gut.
Yeah.
To get the gut ready to roll for the day. From there, grab my gym bag, throw my clothes on, brush the teeth, grab the car, and get out the door. That's it. Okay. Then to the gym, get my routine over with, walk in the door, protein, shower, all the bathroom stuff.
Are you cooking food, or are you doing a shake, or what are you doing?
I do a shake. Then I eat fruit and vegetables all the way up until 1 p.m. Then I can eat lunch, whatever that is. I might grab a chicken breast somewhere because I'm moving around a lot. I found my targeted places where I can grab stuff from. Sometimes it's KFC, but it works.
Right.
Then I eat almonds. I eat a pear, an apple every morning, a banana every 3 days. It works better with my stomach that way. And that's my routine.
What time are you? So you go to the gym. How far is the gym from your house?
So 8 minutes.
I'm surprised you're not a home gym person.
I have a very extensive home gym.
Just doesn't work
It
for
has
you?
everything in it. It has, seriously, it has everything you could think of in it.
Yeah. Doesn't work. That's a lot of people.
Yep.
So you come back home from the gym. So what time do you leave the house to start your day?
5. Oh,
No. After you get back from the gym, you come back.
Okay. I drive my kids to Hazelwood to a in-home daycare every morning, then drive back here every morning.
So what time is that?
That is, I'm out the door by 7:45 to get them there by 8:30. Then I'm back at Amazon by 9 if I'm at Amazon that day. Amazon is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturdays.
Do you live in Edwardsville?
Maryville.
Okay.
Yep.
Why go to Hazelwood?
When we were educators over there, we found a place that really, really worked, and she sees teachers' kids. She puts them ahead of themselves. They're potty trained early, and they're ranging anywhere from babies up to like 5 before kindergarten, all that stuff. And it was just a great place.
Found a great place.
So it's just like, okay.
It must be great if you're going to take that extra time.
Yeah. So we drive them over there every morning, pick them up every evening.
Yeah.
Yep. Then get back to Amazon. I go to FedEx.
Nice.
Those are always my first 2 stops.
You said Amazon is what days?
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. FedEx Tuesday, Fridays, Sunday, nothing.
Gotcha.
Church.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So how long at Amazon? So how is your schedule work throughout the day, hitting all the businesses?
Okay. Amazon. My day at the furniture store, I'm there on Wednesdays. The event space, I stop through there on Thursdays, sometime throughout the day to lock everything up because we have 2 B&I groups that meet there to make sure everything's clean for any showings for the weekend and whatnot. Detail shop, I try to stop in there on Mondays and Thursdays. What else do I have here? FedEx, like I said, Tuesday, Fridays. And I forget what I have here. Avis Budget, I don't go there anymore. We don't have to. Home health, we don't have to touch it like that because we have people in place and everybody goes into them homes. But
now, it sounds like you really take care of your employees and you really care, and you know what I'm saying, you're building, like you said, trying to build them to move on.
Yep.
And so it sounds like you compensate them very well.
Yes.
So have you had troubles getting employees? Not because of what you do, but just right now there seems to be a staff shortage everywhere in every industry.
The only one is that's Amazon, where I have to hire the most people. Like going into peak season, you have troubles getting people in, but we do word of mouth a lot, and we do referral bonuses if a person comes in and they stay 3 months to get $150. The second 3 months to get another $150. As long as they stay here to get $150 every 3 months. But a couple of other things I do for people that kind of help us out. We have a credit repair program in my company.
Oh wow!
So if you pay the $750 to get your credit repaired, I'll pay the other half of it. So it's up to the individual. So just those type of things we want to help people do so you are able to do something when you leave here. But hiring wise, yeah, it was a struggle during peak season, especially when it's time to ramp up.
Are you always hiring, or like right now you don't need anybody? You got everybody in place right now.
Always hiring.
Always hiring.
Never
Ross, you know that, don't you? Do you have like a central office? Do you have a headquarters?
For different companies, yes. For the Amazon company, it's my detail shop. So that's one of the. I have an office there. Furniture store, we have an office in the back of there. The event space, I have an office there, and I'm about to put a small office where I have a little corner to work out of Ben 51. Just depends on the day and what I have going on and what is going to put me close to. So yeah, and I have the home health office in Clayton, so I use that once or twice a week as well. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Do you travel? Do you ever get a vacation? Do you go to hit up Mexico? Do you hit up Florida or something? Do you travel?
Yes.
Yeah. When was your last time?
What month? I'll say September.
Oh, nice.
September. Yeah. Vegas. I like Vegas.
I thought
Vegas.
Thomas was going to be like, yeah, I travel. I take vacations. I'm like, what, have you taken one recently? I thought he'd be like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, when? He's like, well, hold on. Let me 2016. That's what I thought was going to come out your mouth.
We were in Vegas 7 times last year.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah.
We love Vegas. So we do Vegas. We go to Texas quite often. We go to Boston, go to Cape Cod. Yeah. Chicago. I like to go up there a lot.
Ross is currently training for Vegas right now.
I go to Vegas every March for first round of March Madness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a big group of us been doing it for probably over 10 years.
Great.
Started off as all guys, now it's all the wives, and
We used to do that when I worked for the school district because March Madness was going on right around spring break.
Yeah. Yep. And I was a school teacher, and that's kind of when I could go.
Yep.
So
Weather's perfect and everything. Yeah, we used to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thomas, you got any advice for, like young people wanting to do what you do, become a business owner, become an entrepreneur, become a community leader? Do you have advice for someone out there who's listening to that?
Absolutely. Don't skip the process. You must learn to follow before you can lead. You got to have a job. Go get a job. Work a few jobs. Understand what you're getting into. That's number one. Number two, whatever business you want to get into, let's understand what is it going to cost you. If it costs you $20,000 to start whatever business you're going to start, you probably need to have 80. And you also need to have your credit established. You got to have those things ready, the safety nets that are going to keep you alive, because whatever business it is you're wanting to go into isn't guaranteed to go. Longevity can make it happen. Even if it's a business that doesn't jump for the first 2 to 3 years, you can make it happen if you could sustain it enough to keep it alive. So you got to have your finances in order to do that. I teach a lot of my mentees how to use credit card stacking as a methodology to have your money correct. Credit card stacking. Apply for a new card every two times every reporting period. Get another card. Because if the opportunity is big enough, you can swipe the card to make it happen, turn it into cash to get what you need to get. If the opportunity is good enough for you, because you're paying 20% on it. So you got to be real careful with that. But you can't walk into a bank and say, I want a business loan, and this is your first business. It's not going to happen. So if you got to have some sort of credit set aside somewhere for something to use, and I see a lot of people do that, and they get to month 4, and you can't make payroll. If you have credit cards and you're in an emergency situation, and you know you're going to recoup it 3 weeks later or something like that, you got to have something in place to help you. I've seen a lot of people deplete a lot of funds and totally just go flat with trying to start a business.
Number 2, I really could have. I didn't understand number 2 as well as I needed to whenever I started mine.
Okay.
I thought I had. This is the amount I'm going to need to start it. I went farther than that, but not enough.
Gotcha.
And so that's you saying 20K and having 80K. Yeah, don't double it. Yeah, you need to be over that.
You need to be way over it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that.
Then number 3, I would tell people, if you're going to start a business, are you going to have employees? If you're going to have employees, invest in leadership training so you understand how to lead. There's a difference between a manager and a leader. A manager just does your day-to-day things. They're robotic in some cases, unless they're taught to do otherwise. But you need to know how to lead. You need to know how to handle situations gracefully. You need to understand the person's point of view before you even get to even thinking about your own point of view. You got to be a teacher. You have to be someone who's going to be patient to help people get to where you are. You, in a business, have learned a lot of things to get to where you are. So therefore, you better be ready to teach. and be patient with the teaching. So you need to invest in some sort of leadership, something that's going to teach you how to deal with people. Because if you don't know how to deal with people, we've all seen managers who've been the downfall of companies, and the owner doesn't even know it. So you want people skills, and that's number 3 for me. Yeah, those are my 3 hits.
I love that. Anything else you'd like to put out there to our millions and millions of listeners?
I just got nervous. Millions?
Anything else you'd like to add? What's the best way if someone wants to find you, follow you, something like that on the social media platforms?
Social media, on Facebook, I'm under my own name, Thomas Harrell, Harrell. Instagram is T Harrell 80. I was born in 1980. If you put hashtag The Grind Series, it should direct you my way.
Hashtag The Grind Series. People, check that out. It's really me and Ross got a good kick out of it, listening to it the other day.
Really check that out, and I'm going to go back and
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see where the process started. That's a great idea.
Yep, and we have the reels I have on there are going through the life audit. You can click back through those as many times as you need, and I also do the daily stuff on the stories, whatnot, for what am I doing today? Where am I today? What have I gone through today? Those things. So check it out.
Yeah, we will. This has been fascinating, man. I mean, I'm so impressed by it. I can't fathom doing all that like you do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's very impressive. You're an impressive man.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people out there that could do that. It's very impressive.
Yeah, so, Thomas, thanks for coming in, brother. I hope this isn't the end of our relationship.
Not at all.
Hope it's just starting, my man.
Yes, sir.
This has been the Eat, Slay, Live podcast.
And we are the Loxecutioner. Slay on, brother.
Slay on, brother.